Good news and some bad news. The good news is that S10 runs. The bad news, it's got a hell of an oil leak, and it's got coolant leaking out of the radiator. The radiator, that's kind of my own fault. I don't have a ton of aluminum TIG welding experience, so I had to make some mounts for this radiator. The welding was not the greatest, and I developed a pinhole when I did all this. It's kind of junk anyways. This radiator is extremely cheap. However, my welding, not the best, but there is a pinhole, so I'm just gonna go around this whole thing again. I got the welder set up a little bit better. We should be good. I'm gonna clean this up, and then we're gonna see what we can do. Because I really don't want to have to buy another radiator. If I can just weld this up a little bit better and this radiator's sealed up, I'll be happy. Eventually, I'm gonna go with something different anyways. It'd probably be better to put the radiator in the bed, but I'm just not ready for that yet. That's fixed up the best I can get it. That should seal up. The radiator's already not nice, so my welds don't make it any nicer, that's for damn sure. Got a bunch of coolant on the floor. All right, I'm gonna put this thing back together. Let's hope this thing seals up, because I really don't want to have to do this again. Didn't have the dipstick in. Start this thing up, sits there, starts idling. Mean drip. I'm like, what is wrong with this thing? Can it be the rear main? What is going on? Yeah, never put the dipstick back in, so. She's back in now, that should be fixed. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna back this thing up, pull it outside so I can clean up all this coolant that's under the truck. Then we're gonna make a plan. We're gonna have to get some more wire so we can wire the fans. These green wires, we gotta tidy them up. They're not gonna be used. And then just tidying up all the rest of this wiring. And after that, those two wires right there go to our transbrake. Our standalone relay came in, so we gotta mount that somewhere. That'll have to get connected to the Holly. The MAC valves will have to get connected to the Holly. I do have to P-clamp that line that runs all the way down the back of the motor. That comes from our air tank. That's what's actually gonna control the wastegates. All right, let's pull this thing out. Well, the good news is the oil leak's fixed. That dipstick right there was the culprit. She sounds good. Turbo's doing its turbo thing. A little bit of an exhaust leak over here. I'll have to figure that out. Not sure if it's out of the pipes I welded or sounds like the gasket. Not bad though. 60 psi of fuel pressure out of the regulator. Got our Magna 525 feeding everything right now. Little 10-gallon tank. Bunch of wiring back here to neaten up. Then our transmission cooler up there, we gotta wire up the fan and everything for it. But guys, this thing came a long way. I put a brand new Quick Performance 9-inch in it. main thing I want to check for is see if we have any more leaks. And I don't see anything yet, so that's a good thing. Cooling system's definitely got some heat in it. It's got some pressure too. And I don't see anything coming out of that radiator. Still, like I said, not the greatest welds, but for right now, it is what it is. Now we got the radiator all set, we can put this grill back on. Makes the truck look so much better. Guys, so we're driving the truck with the turbo and everything. You might not be able to hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but something's not right with this turbo. It's actually hitting the case, so I'm limping the thing home right now. The O2 sensor went bad. That's showing unplugged, so this thing's got a shitload of fuel in it. And then the turbo decided it's gonna start hitting the case, which something was off when I first started this thing up anyways. That turbo's just junk. So I'm limping it home, and I basically wanna just let this thing sit until I can get a new turbo. But in the meantime, I have to change a few things. The electric fan decided it was gonna go bad. It's just been a nightmare, so. Let me limp this thing home, guys, and I'll talk to you real soon. So this right here, I think that's a problem.